Ready? Good morning. Welcome to the today's date? October 12th Facilities and Purchasing Committee meeting. This meeting is being recorded and will be made available on our website. First agenda item is the list of bills. Any questions from the committee?
I had one.
Okay, go ahead.
I was wondering on line 448 for Marion Tribute House, just what we use that for.
That was the rental fee for the opening administration day.
Okay, thank you.
I have a couple of questions. Line 382, page 7, Kistler O'Brien.
That's one of the service contractors that provides repairs of fire protection systems throughout the district. I'd have to look at the two purchase orders to know specifically which buildings, but there's routine repairs that we're doing regularly.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure what it was about.
I would have to. Okay, 2400-829 was the Ballard-Kinwood Middle School 5-year interval inspection and flow test. And then the other purchase order number, I'm looking up right now, 2400, what was the last three digits in that purchase order?
21, so that's
821. Oh, no,
it's Kenwood.
then it would be work at Kinwood. What's the PO number?
349.
831, thank you.
Sprinkler inspection. It's a sprinkler.
It's another sprinkler inspection, I'm
Yeah.
just pulling it up. Yes, Kinwood Elementary internal pipe and flow testing. Sorry for the delay.
It's okay. So it gets charged to repairs and maintenance instead of like, I guess it's, testing?
430, I believe, is the repair and maintenance and service. Because it's ongoing routine maintenance, I think that's why it goes in there. It's,
Yeah, it falls under that object. There's no specific object for like inspections. So that falls under that 430.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something more alarming. 928, Cummins Sales and Service. And pardon me if it's something that we approved already. 928.
So that's going to be for, but it's for transportation. So transportation goes in there. Probably was the first line was a repair. So probably they needed to repair one of the buses. And then the supplies are just for Commons parts that need to be replaced by the transportation mechanics.
Okay. And then 1472, Alan Wildberger.
He does all the piano tuning throughout the
Oh,
district.
right, okay. I know I recognize the name. Thank you.
Any other questions? I don't have any questions this month. Shane already asked, yeah. Correct. Okay, are we, okay recommending this for approval on Monday? All right, great.
Wait, I had one more question.
Go ahead, Ms. Kalish.
Line 1012, Geese Police. Can you just tell me what that is?
that is a very appropriate, friendly way to have geese removal from our campus. There is a trained dog that will chase the geese but not harm the geese and try to discourage them from returning and depositing waste throughout the campus. But it's no geese are harmed in that process.
Thank you.
Okay, we're okay recommending this for approval? All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have Mainline School Night.
This is Mainline School Night for the spring of 2024. This is their lease for 8 sessions. They're going to lease 40 rooms in the spring.
Any questions about mainline school night? Are we okay recommending for approval? Okay, great. Thank you. Next, we have Mr. Frazier, Presidio Managed Services.
Good morning. Good morning. You're probably familiar with me coming to facilities and purchasing meetings and talking about Presidio Managed Services. We're splitting that. We're no longer going to use Presidio Managed Services for our security monitoring. We are going to continue to use them for our network monitoring, but not our security monitoring. We are at the end of a current contract. So rather than renewing their security monitoring with Presidio Managed Services, we're moving on to another product called SecureWorks. These two items are actually connected together. SecureWorks offers us a better contract. They don't charge for the amount of data that we send to them for security monitoring. So we're able to send more data to them for our security information and event monitoring services. So these are both part of one is part of our just knowing that the network is up, the first part. We've had experiences like fiber breaks over a Thanksgiving break, and it's these services that are calling us to say like, hey, you've lost connectivity. And then the SecureWorks will be our security monitoring. Should there be events in our network or with systems, they will alert us as well 24/7.
Thank you. Any questions from the committee? I have two. One is just, did Presidio change their name a little bit? Didn't they used to be Managed Solutions? Or is that my imagination?
It's their branding is a little odd. There's Presidio, and then their managed services arm is Presidio Managed Services.
Okay.
So it's
Oh, and then they have Network Solutions, right?
yes, they
Okay.
do. We still do a lot of work with their network solutions
Gotcha.
arm. In fact, they just did our phone system.
Okay. And could you, just the CDW quote, what's the equivalent? What did we pay Presidio for the same work?
It's not what we paid. It was what Presidio was asking us to renew.
Right. So the last year we paid them how much? Just for frame of reference. I don't.
It was under 100,000. I'd have to look it up, Peter, to give you a straight answer.
Okay.
It was under 100,000, but to renew with them was equally as expensive as this, and we anticipated that. This was all budgeted for. Presidio made it very clear to us that the amount that we were paying in our previous contract was going to be raised considerably, and it wasn't worth the cost with the amount of data that we were able to send to them, and that's what prompted us to start looking for other SIM solutions.
Gotcha. So this cost would be the same as what we would pay Presidio this coming year if we had re-upped with them, but we
Correct.
get more service?
But this provides us more logs. So the data will be richer. We can send them more events. So our potential alerting will have a broader scope.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Ms. Kalish?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Are we okay recommending this for approval? All right. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
And that's everything on the agenda except for the Black Rock Middle School update.
Morning. The update for this month will have similar agenda as last month. We'll focus on some things that are progressing as we do punch list and clean some things up, as well as a little bit of modification to the change order status for the upcoming meetings. If we go to the next slide, we can look at the contract summary. There are no change orders this meeting. Just as a matter of course, as we go down through that list, ATT Sport and Miller Sport are, we'll probably be able to close them out. I think they're all paid. I will check that though. Gessler, next month, we have a credit for their allowances, and there will be a reduction. We won't have to bring a change order to the board because we wrote a CCD, but there'll be a reduction against that CCD because they didn't use all of that for landscaping. We're seeking that from them now. I've been in touch with both the owners. And then we'll be able to close out Gessler. IMC will be ongoing, as you know. 11,400 for the kitchen is closed out. I believe Vision and Anchor will be closed out shortly with final payment. We'll be working to close out JBM. I don't think they have anything else left to do, but I have to double check that. The last thing Borough has to do is complete the lighting controls in the building, which you'll see as part of the update. So that's kind of an update on closeout as we head into just the rest of our update here. This hasn't changed since last time, so these are our change order causes, again, with no change. The next slide shows a slightly different number than last month. There, you'll see under Gessler, there's $11,800 credit. That's the allowances that are coming back. When I did not put a number in for the reduction against that CCD, I don't know what it is. I expect it to be a pretty reasonable number, but that'll come next month as well. And then we'll also bring the Gessler change order for $11,800 and then you'll see that other reduction, but there'll be one change order credit next month. This just shows our final projected costs at the 105,922, which is down 11,800 from last month, and we'll hopefully continue to trend down in that direction as we close out soft costs, et cetera. And the change order, the potential change order log shows those two change orders forthcoming that I mentioned from Gessler. IMC, that one below the two Gessler, IMC suggested that the gas line excavation credit, that we had some field changes with that, and we challenged them to find documentation. We don't have any documentation that we got anything for that credit from them, so we're still seeking that credit. I'm not sure if that will end up moving to the ongoing dispute, but we're seeking to close that out too. And lastly, our status of remaining work. There are 3 interior areas that are not working the way they need to with lighting controls under Hubble, and I should have capitalized Hubble there. We have received occupancy replacement sensors. Hubble has to install those. And then there are drivers, like as in a printer driver, but it's kind of software as well. Well, actually, that driver is more of a physical lighting driver, I guess. They're on order for replacement by Hubble at 6 outside pole lights. So we're down to very discrete areas that Hubble is working to correct by the end of October. IMC is replacing dead plantings, and we are going through punch list reviews with the landscape architect. IMC did a lot of plantings. We have some trees that are undersized. We have to do a final review to make sure that there's nothing missing. And I think we're arguing about 6 to 8 trees as to whether they're really dead or whether they'll be able to come back. So we're hoping that with the punch list review that the number of issues, which was as many as 133 plantings, will start to be reduced.
Thank you. Any questions from the committee? Ms. Kalish?
Oh, good, thank you.
Okay, I don't have any questions either. Thank you. And being as there's no members of the community here, looks like we can adjourn the meeting. So this definitely sets a record for the fastest facilities meeting ever. All right. Thank you. So the next meeting is Thursday, November 16th, 2023, 8:30 a.m. In this room. And go Phillies. And I'll take credit for the short meeting. Thank you.